Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
Aduh.
As the countdown began, when the flatbed trolley passed, he did not realize that finally, he used the vase to knock her out at this time. So, Lyney afterward.
Oke, itu sudut pandang si Lyney.
And there you have it. That's the truth.
Jadi si Lyney turun, nyekap si ceweknya dibawa, terus tuh dia ngebunuh si Cowell dan udah tuh selesai. Kontradiksi ya, kita harus cari yang gak masuk akal. Ini gak masuk akal, Cok. Nah, ajar. Oh ngerti, berarti si Lyney ini kayak kebingungan ya, kenapa ada baju si peserta.
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing. That's right. My reasoning?
If that's the case, assuming that what you say is true, Lyney only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new...
Oh, they have a point.
Nah, mulai nih. Penggoreng handal mulai menyiapkan hidangan.
That's right, you tell him.
And that's why they're partners of mine. Oh, well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, you're saying that he wasn't.
Waduh, untung juga gue nggak ngasal pencet. Dan sekarang senjata Anda siapa sudah disenjata juga. Dan pernyataan itu pun jadi petunjuk yang penting. Oh, buset, Allahu Akbar.
That's right. Lyney wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof.
Well played.
Gue nyari bukti, kenapa lu ngomong sih Pak Imon?
To think you'd use such logic.
Gila, lagian lu, bocah ikutan sidang.
Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Ya masa tanya ke gua? Lah. Waduh.
Huh? That can't be right. The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased.
Bentar. Jadi dia udah nyulik tapi dia meninggal gitu kah?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things
Nah, ini
out?
si hasilnya kemana?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is...
Ya Allah, tadi udah simbang kata gua mah. Allahu Akbar.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Bentar bang, bentar.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey... Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only
Oh
clothes
iya,
behind.
bener juga.
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Maksud lu jadi air gitu, jadi mencair.
Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and...
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment.
Oh iyalah, harus. Gua adalah pengacara terbaik.
The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
Iya, soalnya dia udah meninggal, jadi gak mungkin jadi jadi tersangka.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal...
We discovered several test tubes
Wah.
of fluid within Cowell's baggage.
Ada
Each
cairan.
labeled The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are...
The primordial seed.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids,
Melarutkan.
in which the key... One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusive. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is...
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Ya ini kan typhoid gitu kan, masih bisa jadi gitu. Apa ya buktinya?
Moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Oh ya ramalan ya?
It's just a coincidence, isn't
Oh iya
it?
gue baru ingat lagi. Kalau nggak salah ramalan ya, kalau nggak salah nanti fonten bakal tenggelam, terusnya beberapa warga fonten akan menjadi air. Dah mungkin bisa jadi tuh ramalannya.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Bentar. Hah?
Mademoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Iya ikutin aja.
Order! Order!
Iya bang, Iya bang. Ampun.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the...
Air laut.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
Bentar. Gua belum tahu nih visualnya kayak gimana.
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water, but he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more...
Oh mampus. Frina, lu dipenjara dah. Siapa aja nih?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh,
We were
dia.
just inspecting the luggage of the... And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial...
What?
Hah?
That can't be. Oh, I see. What does this not clear up? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my...
Waduh.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Hajar Navia.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Tapi ini kan hak asasi manusia, Nuvulet, aduh.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. Right.
What in the world is she saying?
Lu nggak usah ikutan.
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while but once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyney and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your
Langsung nih barang buktinya nih.
But as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
Hajar Lyney.
and voila.
Lah,
Sorry for the interruption.
bentar.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true
Di
after
prank
all?
anjing bangsat.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry.
Hah?
I'm the one who killed Cowl.
What the hell?
What?
Lah,
Why?
ah,
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
lu yang jualan itu ya? Nggak tahu sih.
I heard that Lyney's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so that's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there.
Oh, yang copet itu
I've
kali ya?
never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
Oh iya.
Lyney was the one who caught me in
Oh
the
iya bener
act.
si copet yang tadi yang kemarin teh loh yang kata kita cari-cari.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to... I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a... I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from...
Aduh, otak gua asli dah. Mana pengen mana pengen gua ini lagi UTS. Oh, apa ini ya? Jadi kan si Lyney kan turun, terusnya si cewek ini nih, si cewek yang korban, si maling ya, gue copet ini nih kan kayak lari dong dari bawah, soalnya kan dia kan jadi penonton yang terpilih. Terusnya dia kayak bukan ngebunuh sih, kayak yang ngehajar si Cowell. Terus dia ganti baju, dia sembunyi di kotak, dan akhirnya si Cowell ada di, yang ada di kotak tersebut, dan belum, udah tuh meninggal dia. Yeay, menang!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Pasti kehabisan bukti. Apa? Ayo, apa?
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have
Archon
concluded.
L.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Ih, playing victim tiba-tiba.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation. With some modifications to the selector,
Iya, berarti si Cowell ini yang apa ya? Bukan ngehack, apa ya namanya? Mengotak-atik.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance he poured the water from the... Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when the magic trick officially began. The box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel. If all had gone to plan, realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked Lillian according to her own statements. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures. From this reconstruction of...
Hooray, Lyney and
While there is much in Lyney and Lilian's conduct, this case at least can be handed over to the oratories to make the final.
Yang penting kita menang kan? Gue kira gue lagi gacha di Ongkastar anjing. Mirip banget tadi animasinya. Tuh dapat tiket.
As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Woo! Let's go.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, God. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make
Iya
a
langsung
serious
berani tahu
mistake,
anjing.
you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's... I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Nah, iya lu tuh.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one...
I was just following orders.
Ih, masa sih?
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, therefore you would be wise to tell everything you...
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to... It can also be made into a potion. We've been in this...
Terus si anjing jadi air. Hah? Aduh, gua skip lagi anjing.
And now he can no longer talk.
Ah, dibungkam.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any
Bentar,
less.
siapa nih yang salah nih?
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Jangan-jangan di penonton ada yang jahat nih.
So, we're just going back now?
Ya mau gimana lagi? Tiba-tiba ada orang jadi air.